Yes, my friends, the New England Patriots are once again dominating the headlines. Leadership has never looked so solid in Foxborough. From the front office to the sidelines, things are finally clicking, and if you're a true Patriots fan, you're probably loving every second of it. But before we dive into the first big update, I've got a question for you. What grade would you give our leadership team for everything they've done so far? Personally, I'm giving them a perfect 10. No, scratch that, 1,000. I haven't felt this level of excitement in decades. The energy, the vision, the direction, it's all lining up. Say it with me. Elliott and Vrabel, I believe. A lot of fans truly believe we can bring home another Super Bowl, and honestly, I don't doubt it for a second. We're going all the way, but we'll get to that soon enough. Right now, let's jump into today's first major news. Day 7 of Patriots training camp, and something electric is happening in Foxborough, something that feels like the spark of a new era. But beneath the excitement, there's a quiet storm brewing. A mix of standout performances, unsettling injuries, and unexpected changes has left fans and analysts alike glued to every snap. And at the heart of it all, a quarterback who's beginning to silence the doubters and ignite belief across Patriots Nation. Maye is not just having a good camp, he's having a borderline flawless one. It's hard to believe we're only a week into training camp, because the level of confidence, command, and chemistry he's displaying makes it feel like he's been in this system for years. Patriots insiders, including Zach Cox, are raving about his poise and accuracy. On day 7, Maye dropped a 40-yard bomb to Kyle Williams that had fans and media buzzing. Williams beat DJ James, a cornerback who's only in that position because both Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis are sidelined, on what was described as a perfect throw. There's no footage of it yet, but people are searching. And when that clip drops, you'll see what Patriots personnel have been witnessing all week. Maye is playing like a future franchise quarterback. And the chemistry? It's already real. Stefon Diggs, the elite veteran receiver, is syncing up with Maye on crossers, short-yard throws, and high-leverage targets. You can see the relationship developing, precise timing, clean mechanics, and trust. Kyle Williams is also making his mark. He's proving he belongs as a WR3, solidifying a receiving core that already includes Pop Douglas, who has looked electric in McDaniel's new offensive setup. The dink and dunk game is alive and well, but it's the efficiency and rhythm that stand out. So far, Maye hasn't thrown a single interception in 11 on 11s or 7 on 7s. Not one. That stat alone should give Patriots fans a reason to smile after last season's turnover struggles. Let's talk numbers. Maye finished one session 11 for 14 in team drills, with 2 sacks mixed in. That's a near 80% completion rate with no picks. Compare that to his rookie campaign, where he tossed 15 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. The growth is clear. The decision-making is tighter. The control of the offense? Night and day. But it's not all sunshine and touchdowns in Foxborough. Injuries are becoming a real concern. 10 players were out of practice on day 7. Christian Gonzalez's hamstring is the most talked about, though the team has downplayed it as day-to-day. He's expected to be ready for week 1. Carlton Davis? Status unclear. Garrett Bradbury, your starting center, limped off the previous day and missed practice. Linebacker Jelani Tavai, offensive tackle Yasser Durant, and Joshua Farmer are also sidelined. Durant, in fact, was waived injured. If he clears waivers, he'll revert to injured reserve. And let's not forget the loss of Brock Lampy, who many expected to be the team's fullback of the future. Lampy's injury stings. He was taking first-team reps, clearly gaining the trust of coaches, especially Josh McDaniels, who has a history of utilizing fullbacks creatively. Think James Devlin. Think Elandon Roberts lining up in the backfield. Lampy was supposed to be that next guy, but with him on IR, the door now swings open for Lon Larison or Ethan Chisholm to grab that roster spot. Larison, who's also getting first-team reps, might have the edge now. But make no mistake, this injury could have a ripple effect across special teams and offensive sets. It's a big shift. Now, here's where things get even more intriguing. Let's talk about Jerod Wilson. He's your new starting left guard. And no, that's not a typo. The former Georgia center has seemingly locked in his role at left guard, which caught a lot of people off guard, pun intended. With Bradbury out, many assumed Wilson would slot in at center. Instead, Cole Strange and Brown rotated in at that position while Wilson manned the guard spot from the first rep of practice. That kind of confidence from the coaching staff speaks volumes. They've tested Wilson at center, left guard, and right guard, but today they made a statement. He's our starter at LG. And you don't bench a starter who opens camp over a veteran like Strange unless you really believe in him. On the flip side, it wasn't the best day for rookie left tackle Will Campbell. He got worked early in practice by edge rusher Clavon Chaisson, who notched 2 sacks and a pressure in just 4 plays, all at Campbell's expense. But before anyone jumps to panic, it's important to remember this is just Campbell's second padded practice. Rookies have bad days, and he looked dominant in one-on-ones just yesterday, even putting Keon White on the turf. There's still plenty of upside. As for Chaisson, he might be the breakout player of training camp. Every single reporter's takeaway mentions his name. He's been explosive, disruptive, and relentless. Whether it's sacks and team drills or pressure off the edge, he's making a case for a key role on this defense. And let's be honest, if he keeps this up, it could mean trouble for veterans like Anthony Jennings. August 26th cuts are coming, and performances like Chaisson's will shift the pecking order. And before we wrap up this first part, there's one more thread worth pulling. The Patriots' edge room is starting to look dangerous. With Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, Harold Landry, and now potentially Chaisson bringing heat, opposing quarterbacks better get used to moving. This group is quietly building something that could be special. So, here we are. Jerod Mayo is rising. Injuries are complicating the roster puzzle. New names like Jarrod Wilson and Clavon Chaisson are emerging as legitimate contributors. And as camp rolls on, the decisions only get tougher and more fascinating. But I want to hear from you, Patriots Nation. Are you buying the hype around Jerod Mayo? Should Jarrod Wilson keep that starting spot at left guard? And is Chaisson the real deal or just a camp hero? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because, trust me, this conversation is just getting started. And as promised, we continue digging deep into everything that's unfolding inside Patriots training camp because the story is far from over. What's developing in Foxborough right now goes beyond stats and rosters. It's about identity. It's about a franchise finding its footing again, reshaping its core, and doing so with intensity, competition, and maybe, just maybe, the emergence of a new era. Let's jump back in, starting with something that hasn't gotten nearly enough attention, the ripple effect of Josh McDaniels' return. With McDaniels back in the building, you can feel his fingerprints already on this offense. The shift in tempo, the structured play sequencing, the way the quarterbacks are being coached, this is a different Patriots offense from what we saw last year. We're seeing heavy implementation of dink and dunk schemes that recall McDaniels' earlier success in New England, especially when working with a young quarterback. That's a perfect environment for Jerod Mayo to mature in. It's no surprise that Pop Douglas is thriving in this system. His quickness, vision, and route running precision are tailor-made for the type of offense McDaniels wants to run. Expect Douglas to get a ton of work from the slot, especially as defenses start focusing more on Diggs and Kyle Williams outside. And speaking of chemistry, Jerod Mayo's connection with his wide receivers is maturing faster than anyone expected. The reps with Stephon Diggs are becoming automatic. They're working the middle of the field with lethal timing, and Diggs is mentoring Mayo in ways that are already showing up in live reps. That kind of mentorship can't be understated. Mayo is soaking it all in, and it shows not just in big plays, but in the little ones too. The way he checks down under pressure, the patience in the pocket, the trust he's building. He's not forcing throws. He's playing clean, smart football. Let's not forget, there's been 0 interceptions in camp from Mayo so far. 0. Not in 11 on 11s. Not in 7 on 7s. That kind of ball security is